Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video guys, we're going to be actually utilizing our Sumire once again here inside of SOS, but I ended up changing her at least stats to make her a little bit more optimized. A lot of you guys got on my case, especially when I said I was mainly just overcapping on purpose here, and yeah, y'all got on my case, so I was like fine, we'll finally go ahead and actually make her normal, or at least make her into at least a DPS queen at this point. Because if you guys didn't know, my stats here are a little bit extreme. We only need 80% of crit rate, and I think I was running like 115, especially in battle after I did all of my like buffs. So we need to get that down to 80. Now, I've decreased some of my stats, of course, granted, because I ended up getting rid of some of my crit rate stats here. There, of course, are a lot of things that are accumulating to this being one of them, seeing that our crit rate actually can get up here a little bit more, and that is where we're having a little bit of issue. But currently we're around, maybe I want to say 100 or so. I want to say we're like 106 for crit rate, which is still overcapping, but this is pretty much as good as we can get. So we're gonna see how much damage we can really do, seeing that we upgraded our crit damage a little bit more. I'm slowly getting up these little moves a little bit higher, and we're probably going to end up replacing this one if we can get mainly everything to go into attack and like damage bonus. But of course we have to get a card for that, so we're gonna figure it out. But anyways, if you guys are interested in stuff like this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as always, hit that little like button, hit that subscribe button, helps me out quite a lot here. We're gonna see what we can really get done. Now, I've been trying to at least get different cards, or at least card sets that can help out my crit damage. We have not been all too lucky, which does kind of suck here, but we've done pretty decent with at least getting things down. So of course we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see if we can hit a little bit higher and see what all we can accomplish. Now currently right now we are at least this amount of at least points. We're around 5 mil, and we're gonna see if we can get a little bit higher. I have everyone on their appropriate sets, or at least I think I do. Let me make sure, let me double check, because it swap around some sets for here. Okay, yes, they have everyone on their appropriate sets, everything speed tuned properly. Now at this point in time, we have to hope that 1, we don't get frozen, 2, we hit all of our crits. That's all we gotta hope. Now our crit rate shouldn't be affected, even though I took it down just a little bit. Shouldn't be affected at all, because we're basing off of in battle crit rate. So if you guys don't know exactly the difference with this, as you guys saw, it said I had 37% crit rate, right? Well, if we go ahead and take a look here, which, let's just check our in-game stats here. In-game stats they kind of differ a little bit. As you can see, instead of 37, we already have an extra, at least what is called 31% on us, and that's just basically just from getting into the game, thankfully to like board and different things like that. That all at least requires itself or helps out itself here. So we already got that extra crit rate. This is also from Wonder a little bit too. So we have a lot of things that are already accumulated here. Once I do use my buffs and things like that, it's going to be way higher. So no matter what, we're at that point where we have everything that we need to do. So I'm going to try and set up, going to get everything looking good, and hopefully we don't get like cheese, because this boss does have a knack of either one-shotting us, well, two-shotting us, and just hardcore just saying no. So we're going to see if we can get it done. But as normal, gonna go ahead and use Rebellion. It's gonna help us out a lot, especially in our crit rate. And actually, I'll show you guys exactly how much crit rate this really offers to us as well. So we just use our first crit rate one here. You guys can tell immediately we're at 84%. Just from that one little move, we're at 84% with 296 crit damage. So you guys can kind of guess exactly how much we're at as we're using every last one of our skills and getting everyone up here. So we have to kind of do things properly, make this out, at least work out right. So once we use this move here as well, have our crit rate up once again. And if we look here as well and check out the buffs, we're at least 84.4, which is pretty decent. This is actually not changed in price, because it did say it changed, but I guess it's because I already have it procced, which is from at least the A1, which does make sense. So I guess it's already procced here. So we really can't really show it just yet, at least not until later on in the game. But being the 84%, let's go ahead and use our skill 2 on Vino, get this on up here, and see what we can really get done. Now, hopefully we can dodge. Oh, we did not dodge here. So the boss is already about that life. It's already trying to like killing me off because I swear this man, it just hits so freaking different. It hits so hard. This boss is one of the few bosses that in SOS has given me an issue, like a genuine issue. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna deal with that. Hopefully we can kind of not get two-shotted, but we have to kind of hope that he's being a little bit nice. So we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna do our third skill here, dealing some decent damage as usual. Get the follow-up, which was a terrible follow-up. I'm not even going to yeah, no, we're not even gonna try to like at all entertain that. That was just a terrible follow-up. That was probably the worst. I think that was our worst crit we've ever gotten with her, which is kind of insane to say because I've never seen her hit that low. So granted, even though you're critting, guys, just one thing that you have to understand is there is a certain amount of crit that's capped, right? There's things that's called as low crits, there's things that are usually called as high crits, and that is a very real thing. So yeah, we do have to keep that in mind. I think it's also because I didn't use my cord little buff here, which I'm pretty positive that's the reason, because I don't remember if I popped it or not. TOR, crit rate and stuff. Okay, everything's looking good. I probably didn't pop it because I do remember using my little bonus here, but I don't remember doing anything else. But there are such things as a low crit as well as high crit, stuff like that. It's just kind of like a medium standpoint, but you kind of have to hope things go correctly. Now, that was kind of rude because we got follow-up attack twice. Luckily, we were able to tank it, but I do think Eno may end up dying, and that's not going to be a good thing for us because then that means we have to kind of restart the run. We're going to retry it, or at least we're going to try and see what can end up happening here. We do have a shield on, so who knows? Maybe we can survive it. We're going to have to check here. So 90k, there we go. That's a lot better. We ended up surviving it, definitely very close, but ended up surviving it nonetheless, and we're going to keep here. Get some decent damage in. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Everyone's looking pretty darn decent. We're good here. We're going to use our skill 1, and immediately, as usual, we're immediately going to pop off the what's it called, highlights on turn 3. That's what we really want to do. Now, I know you did not just do that. That was just beyond rude. What did poor Vino do? Like, she didn't even do nothing wrong. She just got mixed for no dang reason. Like, and as you guys can tell, with the stuff that I've changed, with at least the crits that we're able to deal, the crit rate wise, we're still hitting our crits. The only thing that's been changing, of course, is the base amount of our attack. We did get up our attack a little bit, and the amount of our crit damage. Since we did those two things, as you can see, instead of us hitting like our normal 80k and 90k, we managed to hit like a really high amount for that 90k hit, and that's really, really good for us because normally we wouldn't be able to hit that. Normally we're hitting a little bit lower, and that's based because of our crit damage. So the more crit damage we can get up, the better. We're already kind of performing pretty darn decent. The only issue comes down to if this boss really wants to just kind of OHKO us or not. So luckily we weaved that one perfectly. Hopefully the ice one, because it should be the ice attack next that we're going to get hit with. Hopefully they decide to hit like Horde or Wonder. That's what we need. We want them to get hit, mainly because they are like our pillars, or at least our damage. So if we can actually go ahead and at least sustain a lot more of that damage here and not let Vino get hit, I think we will be in a good fight. So go ahead and see what we can do. Have at least a follow-up hit. 96k, really, really good. Looking really nice right now. And we're going to use our skill 1. Got everything kind of in a good rotation now to at least look at for now. Ooh, we didn't get that crit on the second hit, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Use skill 1, 200k. Perfect, perfect. And then it's hitting Vino, which kind of sucks. Now, luckily, Vino doesn't have to deal damage. The reason why I just didn't want Vino to get hit is purely because my Vino is a little bit of a squishy, and we don't really want her to get smacked up too much. She does have at least some decent HP stats, at least to a degree, but it's still a little bit of a problem. So now let's go ahead and buff here. This round we should get at least more increased damage. Well, I feel like it was a crit rate buff there, but let me go ahead and double check because I feel like we're missing a little bit of crit rate. Maybe it's because I did remove a lot of it. Yeah, because we're at 84, so maybe it is already missing, who knows. But go ahead and then swap over with Sarosha, because we already used our Yanosik. Go ahead and use Sarosha. Pop this on off here. Boom. There we go. That deals some decent damage. Use this skill 1. some decent damage off of that, which we did proc freeze, which is pretty nice. At least we're the ones procking the freeze here. And then we're going to use this for the highlights. Get this highlight beefed on up. And so this is going to be the first one, since we have no freeze on us. It's going to be the first one. If we can crit, that should hit over a mil, hopefully. Okay, yeah, just under, or at least just over a mil, which is really, really good. And I don't think we got any real buffs for that, if I'm correct. So let's go ahead and double check. Yeah, we got this perfectly. I think we can only get rid of like 4% of crit rate. So yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that goes. We're going to actually see how that ends up being. But go ahead and attack this here and use another highlight. Hopefully another mil. Just under a mil. So as you can see, we hit a low crit. We didn't hit a high crit. So we didn't hit that 1 million amount. But at the same time, that wasn't really a low crit. It's actually kind of based on Cord and how her highlight does. Seeing that Cord does amplify our damage. So we're still a little bit under that 1 million standpoint. And that's mainly due to our own stats. But we do have to keep in mind, Cord does boost that up. That's why we hit a mil easily with her. But anyways, let's go ahead and use the skill 3. Get some decent damage off here. And ooh, 500k. That's actually higher. I think the last time that we did this, 400k was our highest. So that is actually really, really good that we managed to do that. Let's go ahead and use Rotunda once again. Get this on proc. We can actually get the rotation perfect. And then we're going to use the skill 3 because this is now the point where we can use our skill 3. And then seeing this is on the 4th turn, we don't use any highlights at all. So just gonna go ahead, rebuff everyone again, make sure everyone's looking good. And then let's go ahead and restart the whole, just restart the entire encounter. Now we have the hope. This is a 75-25% chance. Hopefully it doesn't go for our, yes, okay, good. It didn't go for, what's it called? Vino, which is good for us, because if we went for Vino, that would have just ended the run immediately. So yeah, that's kind of good. We didn't go for Vino, so we're looking good. Next thing we have to actually prepare for is Cord's highlight on at least Sumire's turn. So at this point, we can go ahead, rebuff, use Rebellion once again, or at least I want to say our stats should still be around 84% because we have not dropped at least past percent health. So let's check. Yeah, so we're still at 84%, which is really, really good for us. Go ahead and use the skill 1. Boom, dealing some decent damage there. And then get the follow-up, 52k, kind of saddening, but granted, that's because we don't have our buff just yet, so I guess we'll take it. And then let's use the skill 1 here. Let's rotation back going. We crit again. Okay, low crit, but still a crit. So let's go ahead and use Cord's actual ult. And now we have to kind of bank on luck, because now we're here. We're back where we started, right? We're back at least the golden times here. We have to hope that no one gets kind of picked off. And okay, good. Luckily it hit only her. I'm fine with this because usually this is going to be a weaker hit, so it doesn't really matter. And this was a perfect moment where we stayed at 50% health, or at least stayed above 50% health here. We were able to at least get everything off. Yeah, our other characters did get attacked, though with the extra crit damage and stuff that we do have offered here, we should be pretty good. So what we're going to do, we're going to immediately proc off with Sorosha. At this point in time, once we use our ultimate, we should be able to deal way more damage here. So go ahead and get this back up. It's now our turn where we can go ahead and utilize this once again. We've already used our down, so get this up here. Boom. And then let's proc off skill 3. This should, no matter what, we should hit at least a good mil here, because we have not been frozen or anything. So, whoa. And there was the example of that. Of course, that was granted because we didn't get our Lisa buff due to this. So, I mean, yes, I can kind of use that as an excuse. But yeah, that was a little low even for me. So, kind of sucks there. But I mean, like, what more can you do? You have everything kind of prepped perfectly. So, let's use this here. We have now everything set up. The only thing that we didn't get, of course, is the Cord little ult, but still 9.9. Okay, we almost hit the 1 mil part right there. That was really good, just natural 1 million. And then let's use our skill 3. Boom, which did 500k, which is way better than what we've ever done. Thankfully, to at least us getting the luck of the draw and also us having higher stats and higher crit damage stats, we were able to hit even higher than normal. This is 5.8 mil on this side alone. We still have not redone the other side, which for us just only doing this side, I would say this is pretty darn decent. This is really good. We're actually doing very well. I expect it to be a lot lower, but actually doing very well. We went up one little rank here, and if we go ahead and redo the other side and we get a really good like score on it, I feel like we can possibly do better and actually try something there. But all in all, with the actual additions of at least our new crit damage that we have obtained, stuff like that, we're now around 84% crit rate, which is really nice. Okay, we're around 84%, and that means we can kind of lose about 4% of that. So what we're going to try to do, at least in the future, is when we get things kind of done, I want to try to optimize her to have that 4% a little bit gone. If we can get that 4% gone, which is us being at around 30% crit rate, we should be looking good. So at all costs, we need to get rid of, let's check our pieces here. We need to get rid of this piece, and our next piece needs to have at least 1% crit rate. Rest can go into just attack and crit damage. So we got to figure that out. Let's see what I can kind of change around, and we're going to see exactly what we can get done. But thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do, of course, smash that like button with your forehead. Consider subscribing if you are new. We did a lot of, like, of course, messing around, theory crafting stuff, nothing too crazy, but a lot of messing around to get things done. Of course, I could technically utilize this. Well, why was I not using this? There was a reason there. I think it was probably because of speed tuning that I decided not to use this. But let's actually take a look. Actually, I want to take a look at this. Hold on. Let's see. We would have 31. We'd be at 104 speed. And if we were actually utilizing this, 108. Holy crap. Wait, we might have actually just found something that might be better. I might have to try this. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a problem. Because she's now a little slower. So 104, making this, yeah, making her faster than that. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. I'll see if I can speed tune it, see if I can do some things, of course, with it. And if we can, we might have a new team. We might have a little bit of something, but I'm going to keep a lookout on it. You guys let me know what you think about down below in the comment section. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay sharp. Peace.